Hello everybody, welcome. This is Omar from BeGreen again, and in this episode I'm going to show you how to go paperless and be more organized with Microsoft Outlook. I know a lot of people use it, so here we go. We all know is email like Outlook already has made us go paperless by killing the post office where we used to write letters and send over, put in an envelope, send it over, and the person replying does the same. So I'm not going to show you that. We all know how to send emails with just the paint we already know. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to be more organized with calendars and go paperless with Outlook calendars. Now Outlook has two things you can do with the calendar. The first thing is an appointment. This is when you are setting your own appointment. You want to block your calendar at a given time. So to do this, you can just say whatever you want you're going to be doing here. So I'm just going to call that test appointment. Then you choose where you want to be doing it. You can say at my desk. Then the date, I'm going to leave the date as today. I'm going to leave it at 7 p.m. so here 7 p.m. so, and then the next thing is here, show as. Now during this time, what do you want to show? Do you want it to be shown as you're busy, you're out of office, you're tentatively available, or you're working elsewhere, or else you're free at that time, anyone can get in touch with you? And then the next thing is the reminder. What time do you want this reminder to pop up? You choose whatever you want. There are several options, but you can type in whatever time you want as well. Now the recurrence, how often do you want this meeting to recur? If you want it to recur every now and then, you can choose the recurrent type here. The recurrent parent, do you want it to do daily, weekly, monthly? It's up to you to choose how you want it to recur. When do you want this recurrent to start today, and when do you want it to end? If it has no end date, that's up to you. If you have a specific occurrences at which it should stop, you can choose, and if there's a specific date, you can choose that specific date as well. Down here you can type the details of a meeting down here and save it. So when you save it, it will pop up down here on our calendar. So you see we have it here already. Now something else you might do, you might have meetings that relate to a given task, and you want to visually be able to look at your calendar and tell what that meeting is about. So you can come here and choose their categories here. You can choose which category you want. I've named mine. You can name yours however you want it to be, like this black. So visually you can then look at your calendar and see what type of meeting is coming up. The next thing about calendar I'm going to show you is when now you want to set a meeting with someone else. In Office 2013 it's called meeting, but in 2007 you find it's called meeting request. So when you choose that, here you can choose the person you want to set a meeting up with, a group of people, a person, whatever. So you choose. So I'm just gonna do an example. I'm just gonna set a meeting with myself, Then here you choose the subject. So I can just say sales meeting. Then you choose the location. If you have rooms set up, you can choose from the rooms. If you don't, whatever. So you can set my desk as well. And then I'm gonna leave this time like this because the previous meeting I put at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to scheduling. So I'm showing another thing, scheduling. This scheduling is a very important thing. If you're in the same network with someone, you'll be able to see if they're busy at the time you're setting a meeting with them. Now at 7 I have a test appointment, so it's showing me, it's highlighting the time I've chosen here, 7 to 7:30, and it's telling me at that time I have an appointment. So from here I can look and see this person is busy, and I choose another time. Now when I go back to appointment, now I can choose, okay, it's busy at that time, let's start our meeting at 8 p.m. So when I go back to scheduling, now I see at 8 is nothing, so I cannot book an appointment with this person. So from there you can type your details of your meeting there, any attachments you want, you can make it there, and you can send this over to the person that you meeting with. So you can see here, just pop up in my calendar, I have a meeting at this time. So I can choose now, like I told you, I can choose the category of this meeting. If I want it's a big green meeting, then I can choose big green. But my meeting is updated, it's big green. I can always tell at any time that that's a big green meeting that I have. Now the next thing I want to show you is about reminders. Have you ever, I know you ever sent an email and you want to be reminded of that email that you sent, or if that person didn't act on the email, you want them to be reminded as well of the email. So here you can, I'm just going to use myself again as an example. Then don't worry, I'm just gonna call a test appointment as well, a test email. Don't want to write much. Then you choose what you want to write, and then you come to follow up here. You can choose when you want to follow up, but you can customize this. You can say add a reminder. Now in this screen, you choose here, you choose it's a follow up, and then you choose the start date. Today is Saturday. Now on Monday, for example, I would like to remind this person the start date. You can put it the same, you can choose where you want to put it differently, but it will pop up definitely on the due date. So here it's flagged for me, so you just remind yourself. But if you want to remind the recipient, you select that and choose the date you want the recipient to remind it. It might be different from the reminder for yourself, so you choose. But if I'm going to put them to be the same time, so I want this reminder to remind it again on Monday at 4 p.m. as well. So as I'm reminded, he's reminded. You can choose a different time, remember. So and then you click OK, and you go ahead and send your email. When the date comes and that person has read the email or hasn't read the email, they'll receive a pop-up to remind them of that email. Very useful. Now the next thing I want to show you is about tasks. You know, you come in the morning at work, pick up a piece of paper and start writing the things you're gonna do that day. You don't need to do that on paper, you can do that in Outlook. So we can come down here and say tasks, and then what we can do here, you can create a task very fast. You can say meet John, for example, about project status. The first way, if you do it, click that, it's just gonna pop up. You can choose a date. You can come here and then say what time, Monday. So I'm gonna say John on Monday. If you want it to remind you, so you put a reminder at 8 p.m. I want to meet John. So you save that. Remember what we did that time? You can also choose to put a follow-up, or you can put this. And if it's a current task, you can also choose when this task should recur. All that, you can assign this task to someone else. That's one beautiful thing you can do. You can assign it to someone else and receive updates from that person. So it appears in your task list. Now if it's black, it's not yet due. If it's red like the ones you're seeing here, mine, they're overdue tasks. Outlook has a sticky note that comes with it. It's called notes. So when you go there, you can type whatever that you need. You've got a quick idea and you need to put it somewhere, just use this and to remind you. Oh, you can see our appointment popping up here. 15 minutes to 7 is popping up there to remind us. This is how all appointments will pop up. Now here you can just click that and create a new one. It shows you the time. It just saves automatically. You don't need to save it. You can put an idea that you've just come up with all of a sudden, great idea one, whatever, you know, and save it. This will always be saved here. You find it always here. It's a great thing to replace your sticky notes. Now the next thing I want to show you is about contact. It's a simple way to create contacts in Outlook. I mean, you just need to come to here, the new, and look for contact. When you click on contact, you type the name of the person, you fill up the details, the email address, everything, fax number, whatever, phone number, everything, and save it. Once you've saved that contact, it will be in your contact list. Now when you're trying to send an email and you need to pick up that person, you choose here, and then out of the global you choose the contacts. Here then you'll find all your personal contacts that you've put, and just Now, apart from contacts, there's something called a group contact. Now, most time your system administrator would have to create for you a group that you can use. But personally, you might want to create a group for yourself that you can use whenever you need to. You don't need to keep on picking those people and entering them when you're sending an email to them. So quickly, Outlook has a function called contact group. But in the previous version, it's called distribution lists. Here it's called contract group. So you choose a contract group here, and you name the group. You can name it whatever how relevant if that group is. So for example, you can call it project A group members. So that's the name of the group, and then you start adding members. Now you select this from wherever you want. Do you want from your email contract, address book, Outlook contact? So if you're using your Office, the global contact, you can choose wherever to pick these people from and keep adding them on that list. So when they grow on that list, then you just save it and that list will be there. Next time you want to send an email, just pick them from that same list. Thank you for watching. Big Green, keep it on the screen, subscribe to my channel.